time, bitch.
Okay, so we just finished.
Tom Arnold is over here sneezing.
God, Tom.
We just finished Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, which is the 6th installment of the Nightmare on Elm Street series. And we have a special guest, John Reagan Wharton, who you've only watched one of these with us.
I watched the very first one, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
And then I watched this one, which is Freddy's in a garbage dump.
So you've only seen the first one, and we just invited you over to hang out, and you just watched the 6th one. You went straight to 6.
I do want to clarify one thing really quickly,
sure.
though. John Reagan Wharton is actually the real name for the stage actor Tom Arnold. So we do have Tom Arnold in the building. He's here.
Very excited.
Yeah.
I know who Tom Arnold
I was going to say, me too.
Yeah, I definitely know who that is.
Me and Jeff know who Tom Arnold is.
He's from that football team.
He's in the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
He's the old man in that.
He's the gorilla man.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
The old gorilla man.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the synopsis for those who haven't seen this movie
or have and don't know what happened.
Oh, that's a good point, Jeff. Because I'm not entirely sure what happened. We'll get to that. Dream haunting Freddy Krueger returns once again to prowl the nightmares of Springwood's last surviving teenager and of a woman whose personal connection to Krueger may mean his doom.
Ooh.
Sounds like a death curse.
Miss death curse.
Okay.
I do miss death curse.
So I'm going to be orderly here. Let's go around. Let's just give our general thoughts. Austin, what did you think of Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare? Yes, I agree.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. It was one of the worst pieces of shit that I've ever seen in my life. It was cartoonish when it wasn't trying to be cartoonish, and so fucking cheesy and over the top when it was trying to be cartoonish. Freddy jumped the shark big time. I mean, he made Fonzie look like the fucking Shakespeare. That's all.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I agree with you. Jeff, general first thoughts?
Right when this movie started, one of the first scenes was like a background text on the screen type thing, but the text was being put on the screen like it was like a fucking old James Bond movie or something, like as the letters were popping up, like click noises and shit. And I knew something was off. And then it fucking starts off with him knocking the dude back into a different town. I don't know what the fuck was going on there.
I don't either.
It was all off from the start. It never picked up. It was just bad. It was really bad.
Mr. Tom Arnold, you actually starred in this film.
Oh yeah, I had a cameo as my fat wife. we were pawing at each other in their fingers. No, this movie, so growing up, I was afraid of horror films. Why? Because when I watched this movie, it's stupid, and I tried hard, like I did in high school, to like zone in and learn during the first 10 minutes of this movie, and I couldn't catch anything that was going on. And they just tried too hard. There's cameos, there's 3D, there's a video game. It's a complete mess.
And you were one of the cameos, and you're saying that.
I was one of the cameos, and I sent that check back.
Oh my God.
What about Roseanne, your wife?
Was this the movie that was kind of the breaking point that made you divorce her?
It was one of the breaking points that we ended up getting divorced. We were just another Hollywood marriage.
I take it she wanted to be in this movie and you did not. She was like, "Hey, Tom!
She likes all the attention.
Let's be in this Freddy movie."
She likes the food trucks.
She looked like she did.
Yeah.
Fat joke.
Wow.
Remember when she sang the Star Spangled Banner?
Oh my God.
That was actually a really funny
hilarious.
fucking bit.
That was hilarious.
I feel like that is like one of the greatest comedy gold moments.
Hey, she's got a good voice.
I think that's a funny.
That is
fucking
great.
bit.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I would
I-
rather watch that clip than watch this again.
I would
Yeah.
rather talk about that for 20 minutes than talk.
All
about
right,
this
segue.
shit.
We're gonna do a review
Yeah.
on Roseanne.
Oh, we forgot Molly.
I'm just fucking with you. Molly,
We're just fucking with
Molly,
you. We didn't forget about you.
Molly Graham.
That's me.
Heard of her?
What are your
the
thoughts?
man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth. Sure.
You don't know me.
And you don't know my style.
Molly, what did you think?
Nice.
Okay,
Wu-Tang.
here's the thing about this movie. I went in and I was like on a pretty heavy buzz from my pumpkin beers, and I was like, this is cool, whatever, like, let's roll with it. But I can't help but remember when we watched all of the Jason movies last year and we saw Freddy versus Jason, we were all like, we can't wait for the Freddy movies. Freddy's so cool.
He's so cool.
But during this movie, I couldn't help but be like, I wish we were at a fucking summer camp in the woods,
Me
just
too.
watching Jorson bash someone in a sleeping bag
Yeah.
across the trees.
I've been thinking that the last few
Yeah,
years.
I was
Oof.
like, wow, it turns out I really didn't know. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
So
Surely.
real
Yeah.
quick, and I'm gonna let you finish.
No, that's pretty much
Okay,
it.
I didn't want to be a Kanye.
Dang,
But-
call me Taylor Swift.
Oh my God, is that the best compliment I could ever give
Wait.
you?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift was the one that Kanye was talking
Yes, you didn't know that?
I forgot who it was. I thought it was fucking Underwood or another dumbass.
Hey, let's talk
It
about
was
this for the
Torlor
next 20 minutes.
Swore.
Now, Tom,
that
I,
makes Kanye so much cooler.
Mr. Arnold, I understand that your ex-wife Roseanne interrupted you on during our award ceremony.
This
for-
is a bit that needs to stop because
Oh.
what were you about to say?
I was gonna just set
Lean
something.
into this Tom Arnold Roseanne joke?
I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah. Why'd you ruin it?
No,
man?
you're interrupting the bit about the interrupting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't
Thank you,
interrupt
Tom.
the interrupting.
You know, I have a podcast with Molly, and this happens all the time. She
Jeez.
sucks the fun out of the room.
I actually do. I do want to come clean to all the listeners and tell everyone that I am a huge cunt. And I actually ruin everyone's good time. And after this podcast, I'm going to walk into the woods and no one's ever going to see me again.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
I
the
think
movie
we would be a
was-
lot more productive on both of our respective podcasts.
Yeah, and I think that the movies might get better also.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Okay. Wow, that got dark.
Let's
Anyway.
fucking see.
So before I kind of move on, are we saying that we miss Jason?
I miss Jason.
I miss your sword.
Jersol.
Yeah.
He's not a very good swimmer.
Oh, little frog boy.
I love him.
So the biggest jump the sharky one of Jason was probably like the Jason Goes to Space one. right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Jason Goes to New York.
Oh, that was short jump.
No, actually, Jorson Torx Van Horten was still on brand. It was when he
Yeah.
went to space that was the real word.
What do you mean when you say jumping shark?
I mean, like, where
Oh,
they
you
just,
don't know that term?
Hey, I'm Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold doesn't know a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
it
things.
came from
I
the
don't-
Happy Days, so
I
you
don't
think
know.
Tom Arnold would know that?
I don't know. I don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah. All right, so he's just asking for the listeners who might not know what that
Yeah.
term means.
Okay, in Happy Days, eventually they got to an episode where Fonzie jumped a giant shark
Oh, it's
on his
great.
motorcycle,
It's
and that's become a
a
term.
ski. He was on
Yeah,
skis.
water skis.
And he was in a bathing suit and a leather jacket, and he was on water
That's
skis.
right.
And he went up a ramp and jumped a shark. It was
Because there's
awesome.
like nothing else for them to accomplish.
Yeah, they like ran out of so many plot lines that they go just fucking ridiculous.
Wait,
with it,
I
and it's
had
dumb.
no idea
And that's why
that
it's-
that was where that came from.
Oh yeah. I've seen the episode. It is
Oh,
hilarious.
so
Yeah.
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 Oh, and they have like weird pendants of that. Oh yeah, we're talking about Happy Days now.
Yeah.
It's better than this.
Yeah,
Who cares?
But they had these sweet pendants, and every time it was like evil pendants, and every time like something bad would happen, it would zoom in on the pendant and go. It's
Scooby-Doo or
awesome.
something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
In
they,
this movie?
no. This is Happy Days when they jump the shark. The same episode as they jump the shark.
Oh,
So before I give my thoughts,
and
do
the whole
we
episode is where it's all in one room.
Nice.
That's from I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
do I think personally? How do you guys think? What do you think? I think that Jason Takes Manhattan and Jason X is better than this movie. I think so.
Yeah.
I had more fun with those movies.
Yeah.
And those were silly, but they still had
that's
like
one of the worst fucking Jason movies.
Hey, one time I took a dump in a porta potty and there's no toilet paper, and that was better than this movie.
Nice. And your wife's a bitch.
Yeah, anything's better than this movie.
This movie is bad. This is really bad. I think it is so disjointed. I don't know how about you guys, but like when the movie opens, I just didn't get a good. I will say this: the previous movies, I got a good sense of like, okay, I know what's going on. This is who these characters are. This movie just jumps into it. I don't know really what's going on. It's just so disjointed, and I don't know what's going on.
They do that whole Roadrunner bit at the beginning where it's like a body shape through like a screen or something, and it means that they travel to the future.
And then before or after the Wizard of Oz?
After. It was after. And I give these movies some slack because these movies have never really made sense, which is fine. But this one particularly, I just was kind of hard to follow. I guess, are they in a halfway home? I don't even know what these kids are doing.
It's like a shelter for abandoned children.
Right, but they have a van, a company van that's spray painted.
Well, they didn't buy the van like that. Some of those bad kids that they take care of woke up in the middle of the night and spray painted the van.
Like Carlos?
They don't have much money to fucking repaint a van.
Carlos the deaf
kid?
crazy
kids. Carlos the extremely white and deaf kid who's named Carlos and supposed to be, is he Mexican? Because his grandma was like, had a Spanish accent, but she was also obviously white.
Oh yeah. So this is 91, so we're not quite
I wasn't born yet.
Wait, is Carl always short for Carlos?
I think if you're
because Carl seems.
I think Carlos is a Hispanic Carl.
Right.
Yeah.
But also too,
for our listeners, if your name's Carl and you go to Spain, you're Carlos. Or you go to Mexico.
Hey, you heard it here.
I do want to say though, I was not born until the end of 1992. So 1991 culture, this was like before me. I could not realize what was happening.
This was when I was born.
Little baby infant Jeff.
Tom, I was in 7th grade.
What do you mean, Tom? You were in the movie. You clearly weren't in 7th grade.
My kids were.
It's okay. Roseanne has clouded your mind. It's a tough thing to get over.
I know she's really into Ambien. So maybe she got you into that habit.
What's the trivia?
Well, no,
I know I'm always this person who
she cannot be.
She can't not be. I just want to.
I cannot be.
Prove it.
Okay.
But
she just sealed her lips and threw away the key.
Dude, she did.
I was also going to say, like, I think, like, even though like the weaker installments, there's always things to like, right? Like, cool deaths. Fun Freddy lines, and this to me, I did like. We'll get into it, but I did like the death guy getting killed. Other than that, I thought the death scene sucked. I just not one Freddy line I can remember. Maybe you guys can when we get to trivia. When we get to trivia, or excuse me, categories, maybe you guys will remember one. I can't think of one off the top of my head, so it didn't even really have that going for it. One thing I did kind of like was that at the end they do, spoiler alert, which, fuck it. We find out like Freddy had a daughter.
Oh yeah.
He's haunting her dreams. And at the end, she kind of like sees his like memories.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that element. It's in 3D. The last 10 minutes of this is in 3D, by the way.
And
not the whole movie, just the last 10 minutes.
And how you know when you should put on your 3D glasses, the main character also puts on 3D glasses.
It's awful.
So it's a good way to acknowledge when you should also put on your 3D glasses.
That's how she was gonna handle things in the dream with the 3D
makes no
glasses.
fucking sense.
Well, nothing makes sense in these movies. But like, I thought that was kind of cool. Movie. But like, that was just like too little, too late, and.
I just kind of like the Freddy memories. I like seeing Freddy with a normal face. Like,
he's in most of the movies with a normal face, but he's not playing.
He always has like a cameo in this, which is
I've only seen 1 and 6.
But yeah, I did like the flashbacks.
That's the only thing that I kind of liked, but like
what about the Alice Cooper?
Oh God, Alice Cooper plays his dad.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper's a shitty actor. Acting is horrendous in this movie.
I thought it couldn't get
it's always been bad throughout these movies, but this one in particular, and we'll go into like funniest, unintentionally funny moments.
And the other cameo coming back from
you. Oh my God.
No.
Mr. Tom Arnold.
No, Johnny
Depp. Yeah.
Johnny Depp. He showed us what our brains would look like on drugs, and it's a fried egg.
It's an egg,
and then it was
but
just
it's fried.
So yeah, I'll wrap up my thoughts. I just thought this just did not deliver, and even some of the cool ideas, I didn't think it was enough to like make this a decent movie. And I just thought this it was supposed to be the final Freddy movie. It's not.
Never
but
really.
I thought as a finale at the time, it was kind of ended with a whimper. And this movie sucks. It really sucks.
It sucks balls.
And yes, Molly, I will go into trivia now.
Okay.
You said you locked your lips and threw away the key.
That's why I said okay.
Oh, okay.
She can hardly open her mouth.
I don't have a lot of trivia for this, but a couple of cool things I thought. There was a couple of scripts that were written for this. I didn't even say anything.
Trivia, but I just have
I don't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of trivia. Just like
but
two.
I got some hot takes about like I did zero preparation.
Actually, so the original script, Jacob, that the dream child from the last one, he was originally supposed to be the main character.
That would have made so
That's
much
why it was so
fucking
confusing.
sense.
Yes. It would have made everything make sense.
Sorry, I had to unzip my lips for that because that is a revelation.
Yeah.
So Alice, his mother, dies, and then it kind of focuses on him, and he's trying to defeat Freddy. And some of the cast from Part 3, the Dream Warriors, they were set to return. How the fuck they were going to return, I don't know. But this series doesn't really make sense, but whatever. So that was like one of the ideas. And this I thought was cool. Peter Jackson, which you may know from Lord of the Rings.
I've heard of him.
And King Kong. He actually wrote a script that wasn't used, obviously. The story was about teenagers who did not see Freddy as a threat and took sleeping pills to enter Freddy's world. And it also included a police officer put into a comatose state to permanently be in Freddy's realm. That would have been kind of cool.
I think that sounds infinitely cool.
Both of those ideas are way better than this.
Yeah,
I think.
Agreed.
Also, too, I don't know if I think most people are familiar with, obviously, Lord of the Rings and King Kong, but he did kind of get his start doing horror movies. Yes, Peter Jackson. He did a movie called Dead Alive, which has a cult following. So I don't think, like, the idea of him doing a Freddy movie, writing a Freddy movie isn't, like, that crazy. I think they should have let him, like, write and direct this.
Yeah.
Why not?
Anyone write and direct these movies that they don't choose, because they choose a lot of shitty people to write these movies. Because we could write a better fucking Freddy movie right now.
I agree.
Like, by the time the song comes up, we'd have a way better movie.
And speaking about a song, didn't the song win an award?
Oh, yes, it did.
Oh, yes, Mr. Arnold. I know you actually watched this with us and you were looking up trivia. I guess.
When I was saying Golden Raspberry?
Yes, the song at the end won a Golden Raspberry. It was Iggy Pop who did the song. Worth mentioning.
Wait, that was Iggy Pop?
Yes, that was Iggy Pop. The credits, I think, are the best part of the movie.
It really is.
Yes, because
So I'll say it because I was gestured to, which means I'm allowed to speak. And what I want to say is that during the credits, they showed all of the, basically all the kills from the movies before that were awesome. Like, we saw Tina get dragged up the wall and split in half. We saw the kid get drowned in the waterbed. Like, we got to see all the cool kills from the other Freddy movies, and it was awesome. And at the end of the credits, it had Freddy and it just said R.I.P.
Aww.
Also, I read that they cut a lot of scenes, and apparently, according to the director, they cut a lot of these scenes because they wanted to get to Freddy quicker.
Wait, so were these the best scenes?
Yes.
Oh my god.
There was definitely 29.
Which makes so much sense to me because, as I said before, this movie feels so disjointed. I think the first act of this movie is just like, what is going on?
So
Who are these
bad.
characters?
So
it's
bad.
horrible.
Did they time travel? Is that what happened?
I don't know.
I didn't know what world we were going to be in. What were we going to be in a dream world? Were we in a future world? Like, I didn't know what world we were going to be in.
And also, like, the very first thing, like, it said 10 years from now or something like that.
Oh, yeah. So I think the whole setup of the movie is like there's this it is a map of the United States, am I right?
Yeah.
And they say basically everybody in Springwood, all the kids have either like killed themselves or died or committed suicide or died. So they do visit Springwood.
Wait, but
and this
remember the carnival?
Which is Mr. Arnold. That's the scene you were in.
The carnival, and they're all just like, "You're welcome."
Yeah, they're all nuts.
So all the people left over from this town are just like kooky. I did kind of like the aspect of like a ghost town. However, everybody's so crazy. That was a little too much. But I do like the
teacher being crazy. It's kind of a cool concept of like, what does the teacher do when there's no kids around anymore? They just teach to an empty classroom without Freddy. Like I kind of
like that because he gave some facts and then he's like, in 1966 or 1964, Freddy had a child. Like Freddy had a child and they ran out the door.
Yeah,
and I felt for once I got like a real fact in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that was a turning point for me.
There's some elements in this. I'm telling you, there's some elements in this I kind of like. It just didn't materialize into anything.
Would you watch it again?
Nah. Well, if I'm doing a marathon and I'm just fucking off, if I'm watching all these movies, I wouldn't skip this one. But it's
I
not
would say
good.
maybe if I was having a Halloween party and I was going to play scary movies in the background,
yes.
I'd maybe pop this one on.
Yeah, I can think of 500 better ones.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is like not even top 500 horror.
I want to go back to the fair scene because all right, so everybody in there that was still left in that town was nutso. And yeah, no more teenagers, they'll kill themselves, whatever. But you Mr. Arnold, fucking nutso. You were nutso. Your wife Roseanne, she was nutso.
Well, she's already been nutso.
Everybody was nuts in this town.
Perfectly.
And I feel like they were trying to give some like exposition to like what was going on in this town, but everybody was so crazy. Anytime you got a bit of exposition, you didn't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
So it's like they needed a straight man in there, somebody who wasn't crazy.
Yes, you hit it on the head.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. And
like
a lot of it got cut out.
Right.
As you heard earlier, like that cut out. But also, Roseanne did say, I miss my kids. I miss my child. So she was giving that bit of exposition, as you said.
Yeah, her kids.
I miss my kids. I miss my child. And I came in and I straight manned it a little bit. And I said,
that's the only time you did that to your ex-wife.
Yeah, and then she, which is weird because then she came out not being straight. But I straight manned it a little bit and I said,
you're thinking of Rosie O'Donnell.
I always got them mixed up when I was a kid.
Whoa, Tom, did you think Rosie O'Donnell?
Yeah, I got
No, it's Rosie O'Donnell.
So she's like, I miss my kids, I miss the children. And then I came in and said something like trying to calm her down, and I pretty much tackled her fat booty. And then they just cut, But it was, you're right. We needed. It was telling a little bit of a story, but it.
How about like one of the old remaining people in the police department? Oh, I remember when the murder started.
Yeah, something like that.
And all the, you're right. Everybody's kooky and crazy. We needed like a straight man to like, hey, this is what's going on.
Right. It would have been a lot cooler to have like one kooky person and then like, oh yeah, they are the teacher and they don't have kids to teach, so they went crazy.
Right.
I did like how one of the kids, I think it was Breckenmeyer, which is his film debut. He's best known for Road Trip and Clueless. But he did say like, whoa, what is this, Twin Peaks? And I love Twin Peaks.
That was cool.
So I like that. Should we get into categories?
Yeah, let's do.
All right, best kill.
Kill.
I know I have mine.
If you're ready, Jeff.
Mine is definitely the Q-tip, giant long Q-tip.
Oh, that was
deaf kid.
so good.
Let me clean out your ears, and then puts a Q-tip through his entire head.
Yeah, that was cool and all, but it was a fucking Q-tip. The fuck? It was a Q-tip. Come on!
You're not supposed to stick those things up your ears, dude.
Apparently not, because apparently you can.
It says so on the packaging. You ever read a fucking package?
But Chef, you're also forgetting, or maybe you haven't mentioned yet, the chalkboard and his head explodes.
Ooh,
that was a great kill. The Q-tip, right, kind of lame.
I guess I didn't even actually kill him. That was the same person.
Right, it was. But I can see why.
The deaf kid's whole death experience.
That was great.
I enjoyed that.
The pins dropping.
Like the craziest death experience, and then no one else really did. I can't really remember how the other kids died.
I don't want to poo-poo on everything you guys are saying, but I feel like I guess that was a cool death sequence, but it also went on far too fucking long, and it felt again very cartoonish, like. Pin dropping, it like his head exploding from too much sound was very telegraphed, in my opinion.
Okay, well, guess what? It's pick your favorite death. What's your favorite death? It's not poo-poo on other people's favorite deaths segment.
All right, my favorite death is when I killed myself from watching this movie. Okay,
I think that was ours too.
That's so shitty. It sounds like it's a line in the movie.
Yeah, honestly, you're right.
That's my favorite too. I think that's. I mean, is that the consensus best death? I mean, there wasn't a lot of great deaths in this.
I think if I had to pick, that would be
really
it.
Think of
there was the video game guy,
which I hated that so
awful.
much.
So bad.
That was my least favorite part of the entire movie.
We were looking at each other like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't really even remember it.
There was really, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like there was, okay. The one kid, I don't even know his name.
Freddy's death.
We'll get to that. Yeah, that was, even that was kind of lame.
It was just like, okay.
The kid who was like, what's your name? Like, I don't know. That kid, I don't know his name. He fell down and hit some spikes.
Yeah, he fell.
That was okay.
Here's another trivia fact. He was in his 20s. He played a teenager. He just shaved his chest.
That's true. And as a hairy fella myself, I really appreciated that trivia too.
Yeah. Maybe you like that. Look this up. We'll put a link to that.
So what you're saying, Mr. Arnold, is if I want to be a movie star, I need to shave my chest.
Yes, but you don't want to go into it. You want to have some hair on your chest to get into this business.
But just shave it off at the exact right time. Yes. Like, have the hair going into the business, shave it off once you get to the
male or female.
What if that guy was just like, I want to be in your movie, please, I'll shave my chest, I'll do anything.
Like, I like your commitment.
I like your urine.
You couldn't act your way out of a
I hated the video game death. Which Jeff, isn't there a video? Didn't you mention there was a actual video?
Yeah,
game?
a year before this movie came out, they came out with a video game that I believe was on the NES, yeah.
Nice.
And you said that something about like you have to collect bones to
collecting bones to put them into a furnace to burn and kill Freddy for a final time. Mm-hmm. And while you're doing that, you got to keep drinking coffee and caffeine or your little meter will go out. And if you go into the dream world, and the dream world's a lot harder to survive in, and you can't get out of it until you fucking find coffee.
That sounds like they actually put more thought into the video game.
Oh, it's also up to 4 players, and the 4 players are the Dream Warriors.
Oh my god!
Has a different fucking.
Oh my god! I want to play this game right now.
No, it's 2D as fuck.
What if we put on glasses?
No, it's still cheesy. Oh. Yeah, I don't think you guys understand how those old school 3D glasses work. Because you guys kept being like, I wish I had glasses so this could work. And I was like, it wouldn't work. There's no filter on the fucking screen.
It wouldn't work.
It would work.
No, they didn't have the split image fucking filter thing.
It would totally work.
I could be wearing it right.
Ridiculous.
There wasn't the next category. Best nude scene, NA. I don't think there was a nude scene.
You know what? Did we see any tits?
No titties.
Breasts.
Not even Roseanne titties.
No.
Nothing.
As a fat white man, and I see any breasts in a horror movie, I'm pissed.
So I will say, what would have made this movie a lot scarier is if we did see Roseanne naked.
I like to get
that would have made this movie immensely more terrifying.
Yeah.
There was no breasts in that movie I wanted to see.
True.
I don't know. Freddy's daughter is kind of hot. Moving on. A scariest scene. Jesus, this is tough because I don't know about you guys. I was not scared one fucking bit.
Scary. That's fine. I'll go ahead and say the opening scene where they're on the plane and the plane crashes and whatnot. Plane crashes are scary.
Yeah.
I was the most stressed. I was the
Yeah.
most stressed during that plane scene when he's like, "Can I move seats?" I'm like, "Oh God, get this guy a different seat." I don't know why, but get him it.
Or have him just close his little window.
Yeah, I don't know.
Q-tip scene. I covered the screen a little bit because I did not want to see that Q-tip going to his ear.
Yeah,
That gave me a
ew.
weird, like,
It's not scary as much as it is like
it just gave me
gory,
like a
cringy.
weird
Gross.
feeling. And know what this made, when you said scary, it made me think of this. It wasn't scary, but I thought it was super cool, and they could have done more with this when they showed like Freddy's special room with all the hands and gloves and knives.
Yeah,
Like that
like bottles filled with fake
Yeah, that,
shit.
and like the newspaper clippings, like that
Right.
was pretty cool. Like that could have went like another 20. Like could have like
Yeah, they
had
could
a
have.
whole movie about that.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, I got a little chubby when that happened.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Awesome.
he got his first chubby.
Scariest scene.
Tom Arnold. Scariest scene. Scariest scene.
And you can't choose the credit scenes.
Oh man.
Or the ones that Tom
Can if
Arnold
you
shows.
want.
Or Tom Arnold shows.
I can't do. Oh no, that was gonna be my
Wait,
favorite
I was
part.
gonna say, when Roseanne
I saw
showed up on-
Roseanne.
that was
Yeah.
truly terrifying.
I screeched. Ask anyone here. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Thank you, Molly. Yeah, I don't really have a real answer for this.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I did kind of find this. I mean, I'm fucking reaching here, but when like we see like I guess middle school Freddy like hitting the fucking gerbil or whatever.
Yeah,
that was
creepy.
kind of effective.
Yeah.
I actually got it. I'm telling you, that's the best part of the movie. Is when we see the flashbacks, and then like Alice Cooper is a shitty actor, but like the actor who played young Freddy I thought was good, and like him getting beaten and like kind of talking about like pain and blah blah blah.
Yeah, once
like,
you learn how to
Yeah,
ignore
that
the
was-
pain, you can start inflicting.
That was
yeah,
really good for a
I
little
like
bit.
that. Again, not that scary, but like I'm fucking reaching, so I'm gonna go with that.
Well, it's also dumb because he's like down in the basement, like cutting him like his chest open.
That
and
was-
shit.
I think that
and then
was-
the dad just walks down. And he's like, "It's time for your beating." And I'm like, "Well, he's probably gonna be into this."
Yeah,
It's like
like,
he
already-
just was cutting
Yeah,
his chest open.
Well,
for no
yeah,
reason.
that was him kind of like, okay, well, this is how I like ignore pain and I can fight back up with my dad.
That scene was too smart.
Again, would have been cool if that was more developed, his backstory, but
Also wasn't his real dad.
it was his foster. It probably was his. Yeah, it was his foster. That's another
Just
thing.
remember, Freddy
Yeah.
was conceived by 1,000 maniacs.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
His mom got fucked by 1,000.
So that was
Yeah.
yeah. So that was
200
Yeah,
maniacs.
200.
his foster dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was a nun.
Best Freddy goof. I don't remember a single funny one-liner. Please.
There were so many stupid one-liners that weren't funny at all. My
Yeah.
favorite Freddy goof was at the very beginning. I don't even know if you can count this as a Freddy goof, but at the very beginning where it said, "It's prime time, bitch." He didn't even say it. It was just printed up on the screen.
That
and
can
was
count.
It was just-
I'll
it
allow it.
just-
I'll
yeah.
allow it.
Yeah.
Movie opened with one of the. It always opens with some dumb fucking quote.
Right.
Some
my
like
God.
weird philosopher, but this one it had like a quote
Nietzsche.
from Nietzsche, and then it went, "Welcome to prime time, bitch."
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy had a lot of hearing jokes at Carlos. Probably like 4.
Oh, that
where he
that's
said
true.
things like, "Good to hear from you later. Nice hearing from you."
That was good. Yeah.
He said it like 3 times.
Yeah.
So to piggyback off that a little bit, like when he lost his hearing aid, Freddy was behind him the entire time
Yeah.
dancing,
Being
going,
like,
"Can you hear me?" Yeah, and, like everything's silent in the scene. That was a
I
pretty
guess
good
that
one.
was like, I feel like the Carlos kill scene was really the only scene where they let Freddy have Freddy goofs, and like I don't know what the fuck was going on with the rest
He
of
did.
it.
He
but-
did come flying in dressed as a witch on a broom.
Oh yeah.
And then he said,
I'll get you, my pretty.
And your soul.
Yes.
Too.
Oh, you took mine, Jeff. That's great.
Wait,
Yeah.
And Freddy playing the video games, he was just kicked back.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Yeah.
ooh, more power. Or whatever
He's like,
he said.
I hated it.
I'm super Freddy now. Yeah, I hate. There was a lot of stupid one-liners in that could technically be considered Freddy Goose, but I hated it so much. Like
You couldn't let yourself enjoy it.
Yeah.
There wasn't much laughter going on during this movie.
Right.
Some of the Freddy Goose were like eating fast food where it felt good for like 20 seconds, and then it was just like,
Oh, and then it's like you feel bloated and gross and
I
overweight.
and then I'm like cutting myself in the basement.
Yeah, same.
Like Freddy. Just like Freddy. I actually agree with Japs. I think when he was like being the Wicked Witch of the West, like
Yeah.
I don't know,
It wasn't even that good.
and that
It was
was
the
even
first
like,
one.
and even that was kind of lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, worst performance. Boy, take your fucking pick.
Oh, they were all so bad.
Jesus Christ!
Worst
We always make fun of this.
I know.
The acting is so bad. I think this is a new low for bad acting in a Freddy movie. Maybe ever. I don't know.
It kept going downhill.
It was, yeah.
I didn't
It went from bad to worse to worse.
The black guy, Yaphet Kotto. I've seen him in movies. He's been in Alien, Midnight Run. He was in Live and Let Die. He's actually a pretty good actor.
I'll tell you who the worst one was.
Yeah, me fooled.
The worst one was the guy on the plane. That guy couldn't act his way out of a paper bag.
Which one? I don't remember
The
this.
main character.
The lead.
Oh yes, the one that was like,
I don't know who I am.
Yeah, no. She very calmly asked him, so where are you from? I don't know where I'm from. You're like, geez, you don't have to explode about it.
Oh, I just thought of one of the funniest ones was when he was in a dream and he walked by himself. Oh fuck! What did he say? No, I can't remember. He's like, "God damn it, give me my memory back!" Or something. He yelled at himself. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, he yelled at himself.
Oh yeah, when he walked into the dream of him like being in the straitjacket in the padded room, and he was like, "I'm your memory."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
But that wasn't a Freddy Goose.
No, but it didn't make me
No, it
laugh.
just like never. No, we're on worst performance right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also, and I think this is consensus. He was the worst actor and the most annoying character. Remember, he was singing like 1,100 bottles.
Oh yeah.
Like so fucking annoying.
And everyone was like, "Shut the fuck
Shut
up!
the fuck up!"
I think that there is a worst actor in the movie.
Ooh, let's hear it.
I think it's the karate chick.
She was
Every line
bad too.
delivered was
Yes.
like, it didn't sound like it was coming from her mouth.
No.
And do you remember
was she
when she-
ad-libbed? Do you think
I think she ad-libbed a lot of her scenes.
or not ad-lib, but
Or,
you know,
AR.
yeah.
Do you remember when she karate kicked her way all the way up? To
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, there's Freddy, and he's only 6 stories above me. Maybe I'll do a backflip and then and float the rest of the way in an awkward position."
She just made a weird karate noise the whole time, like.
When she kicks down the door to the Freddy house.
Oh my god!
Oh, when she kicked down that door, it's so funny because she's like, "Kaya!" And I was just like, "What the fuck?"
And to piggyback off of that, I'm also lost. Like, because the third movie does a great job of establishing these are their personality traits. Like, this is what they do good in the dream.
Yeah.
I guess it does. I guess I'm an idiot. I guess they do show.
It
her
tries to
punching
do
a
the
bag.
same. We got a karate person. We got, instead of deaf, the other guy was mute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind. I guess they did kind of
They
establish.
But
tried
it was not like nothing was clear. It
No.
was fucking crazy.
Right, like in Dream
Yeah.
Warriors, they like explicitly. were
That was
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
well explained. Like
Yeah.
those characters were so like well, I wouldn't call it well developed, but like for a Freddy movie,
Yeah.
really well
Comparatively,
developed.
yeah.
Yes. So I think we all think that's the worst performance. Best performance. Oh, am I wrong?
Best.
No, I was just saying that the karate girl is the worst.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you think? I think everybody else thinks the other guy sucked, but you.
I thought he was a fantastic actor.
You're an idiot.
He's best performance.
Tom, who do you think was worse?
Yourself.
You were pretty bad in this one.
You're bad at this. Your wife
They
sucked
cut out a
too.
lot of my scenes.
Really?
They like Tom's not cutting
The
it.
main character just was not good.
Well, there's kind of two.
Yeah,
it kind of shifts.
It starts as the shitty actor, and then it goes to the other shitty actor.
Which I feel like a lot of these movies in the series do that. Where you think it starts off as what you think it's gonna. I feel like they saw Psycho once, and they're like, we're just gonna do this for every movie.
I don't know. I think with all the Jason movies, you could usually tell who the final girl was within the first 2 minutes of the movie. And this one, you don't know.
I will say this one, I think that is kind of cool. Yeah, it's cool. Best performance. I didn't think Freddy was that good in this movie, and I'm gonna say the black guy. I've seen this guy actor in other things, and I thought he was the most believable.
2. I got Johnny Depp.
His cameo, yeah.
Or I liked the other guy at the doctor hospital with the beard and the glasses. Like had like an oily face and beard. I liked him.
Wow. I know who he's talking about. I mean, he was barely in the movie, but he wasn't bad.
I liked him. He had like 4 lines. He was like gruffy. He was like, I just liked him.
All right.
I mean, that's who I would strive to be in a film.
I mean, I don't have any comment on best performance.
I'm going to say Freddy again. It was his worst.
Yeah, it was his worst,
but he was still the best.
He was still the best in it. Yeah.
He still has the best charisma and everything.
Yeah. I'm going to say Freddy's fingers. Freddy's fingers were the best actors.
Even the game. Go back to watching football on your phone, Austin. If you're not going to take this podcast seriously.
Yeah, for once.
Okay.
Which finger? Which finger?
Honestly, Austin, I thought he did flip someone off in this movie. Yeah. Even the finger game in this was weak. I don't think he kills anyone with his glove hand at all.
But he did cut his fingers off.
He hardly killed anyone in this movie.
Yeah.
It took him like 30 minutes to get in.
He's cut his fingers off doing the 1, 2, 3 thing before, hasn't he?
Right.
Yes. Yeah. That was a callback. There's actually a lot of callbacks to the first one with the finger getting cut off.
Because they thought this was
he did that in the first one. Yes. Right. And then also, too, I actually kind of liked one of the few things I liked in this movie. Actually brought back like, oh, wait a minute. We could bring back Freddy in the real world if we grab him in a dream.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, we forgot we could do that.
Right.
I just had a thought, I'm going to go off here, that maybe if they thought this was going to be the last one, they just crammed everything into it.
I think that's...
Like, why don't we get Alice Cooper? Like, they just crammed...
They crammed all the wrong things into it.
This is going to be our last chance to get Iggy Pop to do the theme song. Let's fuck it. Fuck it.
Look, my parents are going away for 2 hours. Let's have a party and cram everything we can into these 2 hours.
God, at the time of this movie, like, Iggy Pop was, like, chilling in Germany with fucking David Bowie, just, like, doing coke all night.
That was the 70s.
And my friend Jeff was in Belgium.
This is 91.
Chocolate bads.
Went into the 90s.
Whatever.
And my last category, I think we've kind of already touched upon this, but funniest moment. I mean, for me, it's like, hey, who are you? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it was so where are you coming from?
No, that's right.
So where did you come from? I don't know where I came from.
Someone tell me who I am.
Oh, yeah, he was like, Coke, the soda.
Oh, that was great too. That was really good.
I get soda.
Listen, you got any coffee or some caffeine pills or Coke? The soda.
Not chocolate.
Soda.
I liked the Tom Arnold Roseanne.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Of course you did.
Because you got a sweet payday.
I did.
How much you get paid for that?
$200.
Nice.
My funniest moment was definitely during the deaf kid kill scene. What we were talking about earlier, where like
they won't even hear this. Deaf kid kill scene.
Anyway, I didn't hear. Okay. Yeah, when he after he rips out his ear and hearing aid, and he's just like he keeps popping out trying to scare the kid.
That was
but the kid can't hear him, so he's just like popping out behind him, and like ah. I'm getting so mad because he can't scare him anymore.
That was really funny. Like the whole film was silent on our end.
Yeah.
I kind of like that when it was quiet.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to be quiet for like another 20 minutes.
And then eventually he's like, oh, I gotta give him his hearing aid back so I can scare him. This isn't fun if I just fucking kill him silently.
Okay, before we get into like our scores and the rankings, can someone answer me this? And stay with me here. I guess Freddy talked to some little like fish sperm demon monsters.
Yeah.
Those were dream monsters from Greek mythology.
Yeah, they brought in Greek mythology.
Yeah.
They set it up in the beginning.
They set it up in the beginning, but it was stupid.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah, they had like the the painting.
Snakes.
Okay,
and so when they burned Freddy's house down and he was stuck inside, which they didn't burn his house down, and compared to in the first movie, they did not burn him down in his own house. They burned him down in the boiler room.
Yeah.
So that was weird that in this one
continuity error.
They were throwing fucking Molotov cocktails into his house.
Right.
Wrong. Second of all, while it's burning down, he's about to die. Yeah, these fucking little sperm demons come out of nowhere, and they're like, "Would you like to live forever in the dreams?" And he's like, "You mean in the dream I'll live forever?" Like it was just like
it was weird.
He's like, "Sure, friends," and then that's how he becomes Freddy.
And then it was also in 3D.
3D.
Oh yeah.
All right. Greek mythology, blah blah blah, bullshit. Okay, I get it. All right, Austin, give me your final thoughts, your score, and what is your ranking thus far of the series?
Final thoughts
of the 6 movies.
I'm gonna go back to my original thought, which was. It's really all I have to say is my final thought.
All right, I like that.
Second is my Freddy fingers. I give it. Can I give 0 Freddy fingers?
You sure can.
Okay, I give 0.
You sure can.
I give 0 Freddy fingers. This is a 0 Freddy finger movie, and as far as rankings, I'm 1, 3. I can't remember.
It's okay. It doesn't
I know
matter.
1 and 3 are my top 2. I'm gonna say 2 after that.
Okay.
And then what are we on? 6?
Yes.
Okay, so 4, 5, and then this one's my least
I can't
favorite.
believe 5 is worse than 4 to you.
I don't remember. Maybe 4 is worse.
insane.
4 is the dream child, the little fetus thing.
Oh, that one was fun.
Okay, so 5 over. It
Which
doesn't
was
matter.
funny.
Yeah.
I
5
thought
over
5 was Dream Child.
That is dream child.
Okay.
So what's 4?
4 is dream master.
Uh,
That was the one where the dog pisses on Freddy's bones and he goes back to life.
Oh yeah. I don't remember.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's my least favorite.
This is-
and 1 and 3 are my top 2.
yeah, I was gonna say 1 and 3.
Yeah, this movie was upsetting. It was really garbage.
It was. God, it was.
I mean, I know on the last one on 5, everyone kind of hated that one, and I was a big fan of it, and I thought it was good. And this one, everyone hated, and including myself. It was really bad. It was boring. Freddy wasn't in there enough. There weren't enough kills. Only like 4 people died in this whole goddamn movie.
Mm-hmm.
The goose sucked. The plot. There was some potential. I like the idea of having Freddy have a daughter and like all of that shit. But it was just really poorly done. Poorly done. Fucking 1 Freddy figure.
Mm-hmm.
And like the pinky finger.
Cool. Yeah, the littlest.
Ranking. My ranking goes from best to the worst. 3, 1, 5, 2, 4, 6.
Yeah. Mr. Arnold, well, I know you've only seen 2 of these. What would you and you were in one of them. What would you rank
the 2
what was
you've seen.
the 2 you've seen?
Number 1, the best.
And then this one
blows balls.
And then and if you were to give a finger score for the entry you were in, what would it be?
I'm going to give it 1.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm going to give it 1 is because they put Freddy in the movie.
And yourself and your fat ex-wife.
Yes. I'm almost. If they would have forgot, this movie is so horrible. It's almost like they almost forgot to put Freddy into it. You know, like I mean, like where was he? We went a good half hour without seeing him.
Yeah. This Freddy was a lot like Bane. From Batman.
Oh, that is a controversial take.
It goes all the way back.
I would love to debate.
It goes all the way back to like you're trying to cram way too much in the 2 hours. Everything from
it was an hour and a half
Cooper to Freddy's dad to 3D. You know, like what they didn't forget anything. A video game, they got it all.
Too much.
It sucked.
But not any of the good things about the Freddy franchise.
No, and this fat senator from Minnesota yields his time.
All right.
Molly, what do we think?
This movie, for the first 10 minutes, I had high hopes. I was like, this could be like cool and fun. I think I love it. No. By 20 minutes into the movie, I was online shopping.
Yes.
This movie was dog shit.
Everybody was doing other things.
This movie was dog shit. I give it half of a Freddy blade, not even a full one. So like it would just scratch you. It wouldn't even kill you.
Nice.
My final rankings. I think I always switch whether 1 or 3 was first. So this one, I'll say 3. 3, 1, 4, 2, 5, 6. I don't remember what 4 was.
Yeah. 4 was when the dog pissed on the. 4
no, but I need more of what 4 was.
I just remember it being fucking awful.
The cockroach.
Was that the one with their brother and the sister?
Yes, that was 4. You like 5 better than 4. You like 5 better than 4.
No, because I famously hate pregnant women.
Yes, yeah, but you like brothers and sisters fuckings.
That's true.
Yeah, so 4
exactly.
over.
So
yeah.
4 is higher for me because I hate pregnant women and I love bro sis, love downs. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll stick with that ranking.
Hey, do you want to meet brother and sister for Halloween?
Tom Arnold, you pervert.
Okay, for me, actually, Jeff kind of hit it on the head for me. This is a 1 finger. Yeah. I mean, it had some potential. I actually kind of was starting to get into the end where they were doing like the Freddy flashbacks.
Yeah, flashbacks.
That I wish like that was kind of developed a little bit more, but everything else, it is just so disjointed. Yeah. I don't know. I was kind of, and this is saying something for this series because I rarely know really what's going on. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't think they established the characters very well. And yeah, like Freddy, I mean, he's kind of funny, but I didn't think the kills were that great. And I didn't think he really had any of that great one-liners, really.
No. They were hacky as well.
And they were hacky. Yeah, this was just disappointing. 1 finger. If I was going to rank these, 3, 1. I was kind of hard on 2. I think originally I only gave it a 2 finger. But kind of thinking about it, like 2 is just such a weird fucking like gay fucking weird
and that
funny
guy,
movie.
The main character screams in such a funny way,
I think 2 is like this weird. It's such an odd thing, but it's fun to watch. So I would probably go 3, 1, 2, 5, 4, 6.
Pretty good ranking.
And yeah, my rankings they've changed throughout these episodes. Well, fuck it. Who cares? To me, honestly, like 4 and 5 are so interchangeable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think originally I had 4 over 5, but I think 5 is better. Well, Tom Arnold is in my house and he spilled water. So
I do want to say one thing about these.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So it seems like every movie after the original one is trying to add so many things to the rules of Freddy.
Yes.
I just don't think it's fucking necessary.
No, it is not.
The simplicity of if you fall asleep, he can come into your dreams and kill you and you die in the real world is all it needs. You can play around with that stuff. Like, I don't understand why they need to add things like Freddy can now knock people through fucking portal holes back into a town that we've never heard of. Like,
yeah, was that the original town?
I thought it was, but I'm not even sure, to be honest.
The house was there, so it was.
They never said
that was never set up. So to us, it was just a random town. Like, we don't need all these additions. Like, just Freddy killing people in their nightmares is scary enough. I like the premise of if you believe in him, then he can kill you. And if you don't believe in him, that's the way you defeat him. Which I'm having a lot of memories of the next movie, which is something that it goes back to more of those basics, and that's a big part of it is don't mention his fucking name, because then people will start remembering who he is, and then he can come back in the dream world again.
That's cool.
No, you hit it on the head. These movies have gotten increasingly more convoluted. But I will say this one sucked, but I'm actually super excited for the next one, which is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. So Wes Craven comes back to direct. And Jeff has seen this one. Nobody else
was the only one I've ever seen.
Yeah, this was your introduction to the series. We have not seen any of this one.
This is the first time that this is going to be like an actual good movie.
Right.
I hope I remember this well, and I'm not fucking gonna disappoint.
It cannot be as bad as this one.
No, this is like a precursor for Scream.
Yeah. This movie ran really good. It ran so Scream could run. Or no, wait, that's this movie. The next movie walked. So
all right.
Scream could run. Anyway, I never know how to end these.
Well, Tom Arnold actually has left the studio.
Tom Arnold,
he got pissed.
He got so mad. He left.
He threw water on the ground and walked out.
He fucking left.
So I need to end because this has gotten so out of hand. Even Tom Arnold has left. So we will see you guys on the next episode. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I can't wait.
Bye.
Toodles.
Bitches.
Bye, bitches. Toodles, bitches.
Bitches.